Good evening, everyone, and thank you for tuning in to another live show right here on 2rawfortv.tv. I am Shelly, and this is Shelly Speaks Truth. Now, what we do around here, as some of you may know, and if you are new here, we stream from different platforms, but not for the entirety of the show. If you would like to see the entire show, you will have to come over to 2rawfortv.tv. And right now, I believe we are streaming from YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. But if you would like to see the entire show, you will have to come over to 2rawfortv.tv. And that is the number two, the number four, raw, 2rawfortv.tv. So number two for rawfortv.tv. Now, as you all seen in the thumbnail, we will be discussing the Daniel Penny case and the outcome of that. And I did pose the question if America is in denial about white supremacy. And there's a very specific reason I asked that question that I will get into in a minute. But some of you may be familiar with the Daniel Penny case. And if you're not, Daniel Penny is an individual who actually choked a man to death on a subway in New York. And the victim was Jordan Neely. He was a mentally ill black man. And one of the reasons why this case is, causing so much outrage, besides the fact that someone was choked to death on a subway, was because Jordan Neely was a black man and Daniel Penny is a white man. And in these types of situations, especially in America, race always has to be called into question. And, it's because of the fact that America was built on a race based system in which, people were enslaved in this country for hundreds of years based on their race. So, when these types of situations happen, again, race has to, if it's a race issue, has to be put into question because of the racist history of this country and, present day racism that does occur in the country. Now, um, Daniel Penny said that he, was in a vulnerable situation because Jordan Neely, who again, like I said, was mentally ill, was on the train and was being very erratic. And, some witnesses say that he said he was going to kill someone and things like that. So Daniel Penny said that he felt compelled to act because, Jordan Neely was being erratic. And, in this situation, I can understand someone wanting to step in and, calm the individual down who is being erratic if they feel the need to do so. But where my problem comes in is that I don't feel in this situation that someone had to die. I don't think that a death had to occur on that train because, again, if you're trying to, subdue the individual and calm the situation, there was no need to choke this man to death. And I just feel like because of the system of white supremacy, there are people who are white who feel like they will be protected by the system because unfortunately in the system of white supremacy, and some people may take issue with this, but again, this is Shelley Speaks Truth, so we have to speak to the truth of the matter. I don't think that if there wasn't a system in place that does protect a particular group of people, I don't think that these people would be compelled to take the actions that they take. So, in this situation, Daniel Penny, I personally believe, felt like, he was in a situation where he took an action that went too far. And I personally believe that he felt that the outcome that he received, which was for the charges to be dropped, they were trying to pursue manslaughter charges. I personally feel like it should have been murder because if you're in a situation where you are choking someone and you don't even say, I was trying to subdue this individual, I really did not mean for this to happen. I did not mean to murder this person. That's not what he said. He came out and made a statement saying that he felt like he was in a vulnerable situation, which I do not understand how it is that someone who is, in my opinion, the aggressor in the situation felt vulnerable. He said he felt vulnerable and he felt like he needed to take action to prevent anyone from being harmed. And like I said, if he was in a situation where he felt like he needed to take action in order to, calm the situation and calm down any erratic individual on that train, I do not see why a loss of life had to occur, because there's many different things that could have happened in order for him to, again, subdue that individual and, calm the situation. He could have called the police. He could have exited that, Mr. Neely off the train at the next stop, and, flagged down a police officer and said, this person is on the train and he is harming other harming attempting to, or saying that he's going to harm other individuals. But again, that did not occur, and I felt like this individual was emboldened because he felt that he is in a system that will protect him. But before we go any further, because again, like I said, this particular topic is a sensitive topic, that may trigger a lot of people. And I'm sure that any minute now we're going to be flagged by these other platforms, because we're talking about something that, in my personal opinion, America does not want to address in its proper context. So when you're dealing with the system of white supremacy, again, it triggers a lot of people. People don't want to talk about it. So we're going to go ahead and just shut down the other platforms. And if you want to continue to watch the show, and get my take on it, and if you want to comment and share your opinions, you can do that in the comment section on Too Raw for TV. So again, you have to come over to 2rawfortv.tv. That is the number 2 raw the number 4 tv.tv to see the duration of the show. And like I said, if you would like to comment and share your thoughts on this situation, you can do the same as well. This is one of the biggest stories of the week, and again, it has a lot of people in an uproar, but you also have people on the other side that is defending Mr. Penny, saying that, he needed to do what needed to be done in that moment. And again, like I said, I don't really necessarily see anything wrong with him trying to subdue the individual and calm the situation. But murder is something that should have not happened in that situation at all. And I feel like America is becoming too desensitized to people just committing cold-blooded murder, and, people defending that. But again, you have to come over to Too Raw for TV and join us on the other side for the rest of the show. And if you are joining us right now on Too Raw for TV exclusively, welcome. And again, we are discussing the Daniel Penny trial and the outcome of it and how it has people up in arms. Now, when this situation happened and the verdict, I don't even know if I guess you can call it a verdict. I mean, the jury was deadlocked. They could not come to any type of agreement on, if he was guilty or not. I guess, it just, they just could not make a determination about that. But anytime there's a loss of life, and in this situation, like I said, Mr. Penny, he did not seem like he was remorseful. He didn't even attempt to say that this particular